Okay, so what is Node.js file system, right? So basically, this file system, this Node.js provides a module called fs, which basically allows us to do a lots of file system operations. It could be either like asynchronous or asynchronous file operations like reading, writing, appending the content, managing files and directories. So those are the basic the operations which Node.js file system enables. So here, fs module, right? This is coming from the, it's given by the Node.js, where it allows us to access the file system, okay, physical file system. Also, as I said, it has both asynchronous and synchronous operations, okay. So it has a different types of operations like reading, writing, managing directory. So the one which you are seeing in my slide is the operations which it allows us to perform. Okay. So now let's see what is this file stats and path. Okay, so in Node.js, this fs module, the one which I talked about in the previous slide, right, provides some methods to retrieve file statistics and also handle the file paths. Okay, so file stats are basically having two different methods like .stat or the promise.stat, which return an statistic object with the details such as size, creation time, and the modification time. Basically, this information helps in managing and monitoring the files. So coming to the path, paths are managed with the path module, which is again coming from the Node.js library, which offers utilities like uh, path.join for combining path segments, dot resolve for resolving relative paths into absolute ones. So these are the key different types of operations or the modules or the utilities available as part of the file system, which we will be using in the upcoming live coding sections. So together these modules facilitate efficient and cross-platform file and directory management. So what is file descriptor? Yes, so file descriptor is a unique integer handle used to identify an open file or resource in Node.js. Okay, it is basically obtained using fs.open. So open is nothing but it's a method within that fs module and used for low-level operations like reading and writing files. So that is what the file descriptor is meant. So here, the next one is nothing but the different types of methods Node.js FS module provides. So you can see it provide, as I said, it has different types of operations like read file, append, delete, getting the statistics and stuff, right? So these are the list of methods which has been provided by the FS module, and we will be deep diving into this each of the methods with the live coding examples in the upcoming slides. So now in this next few slides, I'm going to show you the uh, different features of this web servers and create a simple HTTP web server and show different list of features which it has. Okay. Okay. So let's try to create one folder for our file system examples. So let me create file system demo. Okay, so let me create here file f. I can just put files system. We can first say for stats. Okay. Okay. So here, as I said, fs module is the must, right? So let's take const, let's import fs module. Okay. Okay, so we have imported it. Now let's create one file here called example dot text, which will say this is file system stat example. Okay, now what we can do is we will just get fs dot, you can see these are the list of methods it has. So we will pick stat, okay, of, will put like example. So this is the path or the file name. Okay, if it is in the same path, then we just give the path name, sorry, file name. Okay, next, it's a callback. So you can pass, you need to pass two arguments. One is error and another one is statistics. So here I'll pass error, then I'll pass stats. Okay. Okay, so fine. Okay, so now let's try to cache error and then print if in case if error is a result, right? So let's try to print error. Okay, console dot error of error error getting file statistics. Okay, and then you can print error and then we can return it. Okay, so this is about the one sec, we have to close. Yeah, this is about the error. Okay, now let's try to, if there is no error, we got the statistic results. Okay, this is about the, this is the results what we get back. Okay, so we will try to print first one console.log file stats, then we'll try to uh, call one function. Okay, console.log that is files. Okay, is file response will try to get it. Stats dot is file. Okay, so let's try to run and see this. Okay, so let me go to file system demo. Okay, now I'll run node run 10.5. So any guess? I believe we should get the error now because we don't have module, fs module, right? So let's try to import that or install the module. Okay, okay, now let's run it again. Yeah, you can see file stats is file equal to true. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so let's try to print some other parameter as well. Let's check if this is a directory or not. Okay, so we will try to print is directory, then we'll just say stats dot is directory. Let's see what's the result. It's false because it's a file, right? Okay, so coming, so like this we do have several other functions like stats dot size, stats dot birth time, and m time. So let's try to print all the details. Okay, okay, you can see these are the details of the this particular file. Okay, so this has been created now, and birth time, everything, size of the file, everything is there in this, right? This is about the stats like fs.stats. Okay, we do have another method called fs.promises.stat, which I told in the previous slide. Basically it returns a promise that resolves to a stats object. So this is useful if you prefer using the async or the await syntax. Okay, so let's try to run that. Okay, so let me, for now I'll just comment this off. Okay, so I'll just put a comment telling fs.stats example. Okay, now let me do fs.promises.stats. Okay, okay, so here let's try the same code. So fs modules are already imported, but for this we need to import its promises as well. Okay, so what we will have to do is we will have to put promises. You can see the promises. Okay, so let me comment this code for now. Okay, so let me try to create one function called async function, that is get file stats. Okay, and here we'll uh, try to see how we can use this promises. Okay, so let's see. We'll do a try, then we can add catch here. Okay, so if it is error, then we'll try to I think let's copy this for now, since okay. So fine. So now let's see how do we write this. Okay, so const stats equal to await fs is nothing but its promise, right? Then we pass example dot text. Okay, so you can see const, I'm sorry, some okay, so this has come, right? So now let's try to copy the same thing here. Okay, so now let's try to run. Oh, we haven't called this, sorry. So we'll have to call this, right? Okay, you can see it also return the same thing with the await async. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here also we have is file, is directory, birth time, m time, everything we can do using the thing. Okay, so now in this next few slides, I'm going to show you the uh, different features of this web servers and create a simple HTTP web server, and show different list of features which it has. Okay. Okay, now let's see uh, asynchronous. As I said, the fs module gives two types of operation: asynchronous operation and synchronous. So basically asynchronous operations are non-blocking and allow your application to continue running while performing the file operations, right? So now let's see how this fs module helps in reading the file using in the asynchronous mode. Okay, so let's create in the same folder, let's create another file called file. I just put fs read file.js. Okay, so let's import const fs equal to required first fs. Okay, so we are going to import the fs module. Then let's try to use read. You can see that the time you type, you have read file and read sync, right? So read file is nothing but it is an asynchronous mode of operations it can perform. Okay, so here you can see it has a path and several other options like encoding, flag, etc., the read mode, etc. Everything you have to pass it. Okay, so for now let me use the same example dot txt file, and the encoding I'll be giving UTF. Okay, and I'll have to cache the error and the data. All right, so I'll just put like this, and okay, so this is how the basic fs dot read file. Let's try to catch if error, then you can print the error whenever it's unable to read the file. You can just print the error reading file, and also you can print what is that error, right? Okay, so then we can uh, return from here. Okay, so now let's so if there is no error, then next is just to print the content. Okay, so here you can see we are getting the variable with the data will be coming under data variable, so we will be printing those data. Okay, so now let's run this and see the result. So it is not stats, it's fs, and say, so it will be fs read file.js. So what it had, even example.txt had, this is file system stat example, and then it just printed this, right? So this is about the reading a file. Okay, now let's close this and let's try writing to a file. Okay, so let's do fs write file. Okay, here again we'll have to import the module. Okay, let's import it first. Then let's try to see what content we want to add into my file. Okay, so I'll just put for now hello world. Okay, so let's take fs write file, which is an asynchronous operation again, and I'm going to write to the same example.txt file. Okay, where I'll be passing the it. Here you can see the first is the file and the second is the data. Okay, so it will be content. Then because there is nothing we will have to get back, so we just have the error as a uh, input. The we need to catch the error, then we will be just printing in case if error. Okay, so it will be um, so console dot error of error writing to file, and then print error. Okay, return. Hence we will say it's already successfully written. Okay, there is no error means, which means it has been written successfully. File written successfully. Okay, so that is all about this writing. So now let's try to run this again. Okay, this is not read file, this is going to be write file. File written successfully. Let's open this. Okay, so that is about the writing. Okay, now let's see how to append to a existing file. Okay, so the writing to the file and the content or the format or the syntax is same. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just take the same file. Okay, and because almost all the code is same. Okay, so let me just rename this to append. Okay, and only difference what we will have is append file. Okay, and here for just for our content purpose, so let's have this additional content. So we'll just place this like hello world was the existing one, right? You see this is the existing one. So what I'll do is hello world, I'll add welcome to text tag learning sessions. Okay, so now let's see how this is going to work. We have to just replace with this. Okay, oh sorry, just have to take this and then change the variable name. So file append content appended successfully. Okay, now let's run this. So it will be node, then fs append. Okay, file content successfully appended. So you can see it's already appended here. This is about the appending a content to a file. Okay, now let's see how we can delete the file asynchronously. Okay, the almost the code for this delete file is also exactly same as read file. So what I'll do is I'll just create another file called delete file.js, and I'll just copy the read file code. Okay, so we'll just modify this code. Okay, so the file which I want to delete is example.txt. So the method here which we have to call is unlink. Okay, unlink is nothing but we have it's mainly meant for the deleting the file. Okay, and here it doesn't return anything, so data is not required. It just the parameter will be um, only the error. Okay, so we will say here file deleted successfully. Okay, successfully. Okay, let's run it. Node fs delete. Okay, some error is there. Let's try to see what is this error. It's a oh okay, so we don't need UTF-8, right? So I think I just missed it. So this is how happens when we do a copy paste, right? Okay, so let me rerun it again. Data is not defined. Oh, data. Oh, again. Error reading file. No such file or directory. It's telling that there is nothing called example.txt. We do have it. Okay, it's already deleted. It got deleted in the earlier one, so that is why. Okay, so let me try to create one here. Example dot text. Okay, hello world. So let's try to close this and delete it. Okay, yes, it got deleted successfully. So now in this next few slides, I'm going to show you the different features of this web servers and create a simple HTTP web server and show different list of features which it has. Okay. Okay. So, so we saw how a file can be read, written, or deleted using asynchronous operation. So now let's see how it can be done using synchronous operation. Okay, synchronous operations are nothing but blocking code and can halt the execution of your code until the operation completes. Right. So let's first see how do you read asynchronously. Okay, so I'm going to take the same file which we have created for asynchronous. Okay, I'm just putting a comment. This is for async and this is for sync. Okay, so here one difference between async and the sync from the fs module for read file is you just have to change the method from read file to read file sync. Okay, and this is same, and a second thing is we do not have this wait operations, right? Since we are not doing asynchronously, so we'll have to remove this and just keep like a normal function. Okay, so it will be like a normal function. Okay, so what we have to do is we will not have these thing all together. Okay, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to assign this into a data. Okay, const data. Okay, that is how it reads, right? And we will remove this. We do not need this, right? It is all synchronous, right? It's synchronous operations. We don't need this. So what I'll do here is I'll be doing a try catch instead of that. Okay, so what I'll do here is try. So what I'll put all the data inside try catch try. Okay, so once you have read it, you can print, right? Console dot log file content, right? Then you can print data. Okay, now error, right? So we have to catch error. That is where I'll put the catch here. Okay, if any error, it will be cached. So we don't need this. Okay, since we have written at the above, right? So console error, and we will be reading it. No, we don't need this return because it's not an sync operation, right? So we don't need that. If it is error, then it has to run this and continue. Okay, so let's try to run this. Node fs read. Okay, so we have declared twice, which is not right, which is not necessary. So yeah, why? Because we don't have example text, right? So let me create one. Example.txt, then I'll just put hello world. Okay, so let me rerun it again. So you can see in both the places it has executed and has given the result. So here if I can just see async, and this is sync. Okay, sorry, I'll just put it here as well. You can see sync executed first. Okay, the reason being it ran this first piece of code and it waited because it's an asynchronous operation. Then it went here, it completed it, and by the time it is done, even this is also done, right? This is how the async and the synchronization code works. Now let's see how to write to a file synchronously. Okay, again I'll go back to this file, async file creation. Okay, so here what I'll do is I'll just put a comment for async array. Okay, async. Okay, then I'll put it for sync. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'm just going to write or empty this. Okay, I'm just saving this. Let me go back to the file, and what I'll do is I'll take the same code what we wrote for read file. Okay, the exactly things will be same, little of minor differences. Okay, so here what I'll do is instead of read file sync it will be write file sync. Okay, and in the write file sync you just have to pass the path and what is the content. Okay, so content will be this. Okay, then of synchronization file contents, you won't get any data here, right? It is just an operation, so you don't need this, you don't have to assign this. Okay, so here it will be file contents added. Okay, then error writing to file. Okay, so this is about the uh, file. Now what I'll do is I'll just try, because I'll just do one thing, uh, new content, and see here this is sync and this is async. Okay, so let's try to run this. So node fs right. Okay, so file content added successfully and file returned successfully. So first it executed this, because you can see file sync contents added successfully and then file returned successfully, which is the async. So the content in the file will be this, was it ran second time, right? Async. Okay, so this is how it writes in the synchronously. Okay, now let's see how to append to a file synchronously. Okay, I'll do the same operation here as well. This is async, then let's do sync here. So again, I'm going to copy the code from the right file because mostly the data is same. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take the additional content here, new content, this is fine. So what I'll do, I will add here, this is async. Okay, now let me add sync. Okay, okay, so now the thing is, it's not write file, it's an append. So append file sync, and then we will have same thing, content, it will be instead of content it will be new content, then swing file contents added, error while writing the file. Okay, let's see now what is the data available in the example text. So it has hello world async, right? So let me just do this. Okay, so let me try to run this and see. Okay, sync file content added, file content appended successfully. You can see welcome to, it has added both the data. The old one is there, right? Hello world async is there. Welcome to tech stack learning session sync is there. Welcome to tech stack learning session async is there, because it's an appending operation, right? So all the data will be appended together, but the order of thing is because of its async operation, and the sync operation it has performed this way. Okay, now let's see how to delete a file. Okay, so here this is async code. Let me do sync code. Okay, so I'm going to take the same append file code here, the try and catch. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just paste it here. So here the first thing we have to change is the method, so it will be unlink sync. Okay, and we don't need this new content because we're just deleting the file. All right, and file deleted. Okay, and error deleting file. Okay, so now if you try to run this, either you will get error here, you will get error in the async operation. Okay, or it could be it will be throwing error in the sync operations. Okay, let's try to run this and see. So node fs delete. Okay, so as I said, it thrown error here, error deleting file for sync. The reason being, uh, the async operation was happening parallelly and it got deleted, and when it was trying to delete using sync operation, it was giving this error. Okay, so now if you want to test this, let me create two files. Okay, one is example one dot text, another one will be example dot text. Okay, so now here what I'll do is for the sync I'll make it as one, and for this one it will be this. Okay, so now let me run this. So both has been deleted. So now in this next few slides, I'm going to show you the uh, different features of this web servers and create a simple HTTP web server, and show different list of features which it has. Okay. Okay. Now let's see how to create a new directory. We'll do file directory. Sorry, just put the same name convention. Directory dot js. Okay, so so it should be file, right? File fs directory dot js. Okay, now let's see. First we should import fs module. Okay, fine. So now let's try to create a make directory. Okay, so even in the make directory we do have the sync and async. Okay? Now let's use the async one. Name will be new dir, and I'll try to catch the error. Okay, so if error, I'll try to print that. Console dot error, sorry, error of error creating directory. Error. Okay, so next I'll try to print console dot log no error, which means it has created successfully. Okay, let's try to run it. Node it has created this new directory. Okay, now let's see how do we read this directory. Okay, so what I'll do is let me create some files here. Okay, example.txt. I'll create another file called example1.txt. So two files, let it be. So this is hello, then the example I'll just put world. Okay, so now let's try to read this directory. So we are done with this creating directory. Okay, now let's try to uh, read the directory. Okay, so what I'll do is read. Yeah, here also we do have mm, async and sync operation. Okay, then we have edit, then as a result we will get the files. Okay, so what we will do, we will have to, this is an async operation, so we'll have to put this way. So if error, I just copy paste the same thing. Okay, other, and also will return. Okay, then I'll just do is I'll just copy paste this directory contents, and then I'll place those files. Okay, okay, let's see how this works. So I don't think so we need to create a directory. Let's comment this out. Okay, the basically throw an error, so let's try to read this. Oh, okay, this is console, that's an error, right? So let me run. So it has two files, example text and example one underscore one text. Okay, now let's try the last one, that is mm, deleting the directory. Okay, so what we will do is fs.rm dir. Okay, and then you just have to place the new which directory you want to delete, and then you have to just cache the error. Okay, then same thing, if error, then do this, if not, do this. Okay, so what I'll do here is if error deleting directory. Okay, then else what I'll say is dot log directory deleted successfully. Okay, okay. Let's see this how it works. Okay, some error is there. Yes, we are missing this. Okay, so directory correct, error deleting directory, not empty. It says it is not empty, hence it is not able to delete the directory, right? So let's try to remove these two files. Okay, now let's try to run it. Okay, it has been deleted successfully. Okay, so this is about the directories. So now in this next few slides, I'm going to show you the uh, different features of this web servers and create a simple HTTP web server, and show different list of features which it has. Okay. Okay, now let's see how to use fs module with promises for read and write. Okay, it also supports the promises as well. So now let's create a file as promises.js, and let's import fs equal to require fs slash promises. Okay, so now we have imported the promises. Now let's try to read a file. Okay, so we'll create a sync function file, sync function to read file. Try, then let's also catch. So let's try to hit error reading file. Okay, now let's try to read the actual file. Okay, await fs dot read file example dot text utf-8. Okay, then let's print file content. Okay, content data. Okay, now example.txt is not there, so let's create it. So hello text stack grows. Okay, so let's run it. So fs promise. Okay, doesn't have any data. No, it should have it. Oh, I haven't called this function. It's again another mistake. Okay, okay, let me. Okay, this is the content. Okay, now let's try to write to the file. Okay, so let me do a sync function write file. Then let me take the same thing. Okay, just to, since it is almost same, so we will not have data here. We'll just have a wait instead of read file. It will be the write file, and we don't have anything. So what we can do is directly we'll just put text stack learning. Okay, so we don't need this. So let's add a log. Okay, file, we don't need this data. Okay, so file content updated, added. Okay, so if any error it will print. So let me also call this function here. Okay, so content added. So what I have did it text stack learning, right? So this is the updated one, got replaced. Okay. This is how we use the promises. Okay, so now let's see what are the best practices we have to consider using these FS modules. Okay, so the first thing is it supports both asynchronous and synchronous, right? So always prefer to go with the asynchronous methods so that it won't be blocked. It won't end up with her event loop. Okay. Second is handling errors. Always handle errors in callbacks or using a try catch method. Okay. So uh, the next one is always whenever you open a file, ensure you close the descriptors as well. Otherwise, it will prevent the leak, right? It will prevent the leaks. Uh, Use promises so that it's a cleaner code. Then sanitize paths, then stream large files. Whenever the files are very large, to manage the memory efficiently, ensure you stream the file instead of just calling it. Okay, and use path module. Then you can ensure the like permissions on the directories and files. Avoid sync method, as I said, always use asynchronous. Then optimize buffer to so that we can prevent excessive memory use. Okay, so now you all have a good idea about Node.js file system and how it works, how you can access, right? Now with the majorly used examples. So in the next sessions, I will be explaining more about the Node.js path module, its different features and a few examples of the same. Thank you for watching, and if you like my session, please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. See you in the next session. Thank you all.